Yo, it's your boy Hunty back with another build video. This time, as promised, we are releasing the tank build that was in the previous video that I released with the ultimate tank teas. Okay, I didn't think that would get as much attention as it has. Okay, that video was really successful actually, and it turned out people really enjoyed the playstyle and the tank, and maybe it was just a video or the thumbnail. But basically that got a lot of attention, and I said if it got 100 likes and it got 2k views, I would release the video, okay? And I'm a man of my word, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, what have I done since the video? Nothing, other than a quick disclaimer. In the clips that you see in the video, I didn't have my one of my 5 PCs on, okay? I had 4 PCs of one of my 5 PCs on and 1 piece of something else. So I actually wasn't in the clips that you seen in the previous video. I actually wasn't wearing my other 5th piece. If I had, I would have been even tankier. Okay, so there's that disclaimer. It's not exactly the same as the build in the video, because I'm now actually wearing my 2 5 PCs where I wasn't currently. Also, another disclaimer, I do not claim to be the best tank. I do not claim to be the best tank build. Okay, this is something I had fun with. I created, fancied a new challenge. I made this build and I had a lot of fun with it, and I live streamed with it, and I got some really good feedback, and a lot of people loved it. Like I said, the last video I did got loads of love and big feedback, and people wanted to see the build. So here we go. And again, I apologize for releasing a tank build, as we have enough tanks out there, but you know, I'm a man of my word, and I'm going to release the build. So let's go straight into the gear. We are running 5 Cyrodiil's Crest. Now this is pretty predictable, as it's probably one of the go-to tank sets if you're going to be a perma block tank. Okay, reason this is mainly for the 5th piece, but the recovery, Stam recovery, doesn't mean anything to us. Completely inert. We don't care about Stam recovery on this build. Health, max health. Okay, gotta love a bit of max health. More max health we got, okay, the less chance we got to get one-shotted, and it just gives us a little bit more to play with. 5th piece, after successfully blocking, you heal for 9,600 health. Okay, you do actually get this. We're buffed with with Major Mending. This does actually go higher than this. So this is actually the tooltip unbuffed. Okay, this heal does actually become a bit more, and becomes a pretty decent heal. So we are running defending. Again, if you feel like you're an experienced tank and you're watching this and you want to change glyphs or traits, please comment down below and let me know what you would change, because I am not an experienced tank. I just put something together and it worked. But if you're telling me that, you know, run this, change this trait and change that trait and these a couple of glyphs, and it would actually make it better, I'm open all ears. Okay, I'm just releasing the build that I was using on the live stream and people loved. Okay, so shield, Cyrodiil's Crest, sturdy to reduce the cost of block. Again, we've gone double, so we both identical, both bars. We go for the Bloodspawn monster set. We are all in heavy armor. Okay, just full heavy, just gone for max health, maxed resistances, and just gone max tankiness. Okay, we are running a triglyph on every piece that we have. I do recommend probably just running triglyphs on the 2 big PCs and running max stam and everything else, because the max stam is a little low on this. So ideally, I would just swap out, because we have a lot of max magicka and we have a lot of max health because we're using tri-food. Okay, so you can just use the 2 triglyphs on the big PCs and then go max stamina on everything else. Again, if you want to run it exactly the same as I am right now, do so. We are running reinforced 1-piece impen. Okay, this is just what I got available to me. Reinforced impen, reinforced. Now, don't worry about the crit resist and all that sort of good stuff too much, because we are perma-blocking on this build. Therefore, we are reducing the damage significantly. So, don't think you need to be running 40-something K resistances with 5K crit resist, okay? We are perma-blocking. So, everything has been reduced significantly. So, traits, again, what would I recommend? Personally, I'd probably go reinforced on the 2 big PCs, and then everything else probably I'd go sturdy to reduce that cost of block. I don't have the trait change gems, so I can't do it currently, but that is what I'm going to do. On the jewellery, we are running footmans. Oh, sorry, I didn't even tell you the next 5 piece. You would have noticed by now because I've been floating up and down the abilities. But the second 5th piece is... It's a bit too late to introduce it now, isn't it? Is the footmans. Now, again, I don't know if this is best in slot. It's what I'm using, and it's working pretty goddamn good. So, this is all healthy. Again, you could go robust because we have a lot of max health. So if you change this to robust, again, you would get more stamina. This gives us max health, physical resistance, spell resistance, and also increases the amount of damage you can block by 8%. I was currently missing that 8% damage block on the previous video that I put up. When I was tanking all them people, I was actually missing this 5th piece. I didn't have this. I actually had on my legs, I was wearing 1 piece Fury. Okay? Seriously, no lie. I was wearing 1 piece Fury, and this build was still working. So now it's got the actual 5th piece of footmans on, with the 8% reduced damage on the block. It's going to be a hell of a lot more better and a lot stronger, and it's going to add a lot more survivability. So that's what we're running. We're running 5 footmans, 5 Silver Crest, 2 Bloodspawn. Very basic setup. All pretty easy to get hold of. And yeah, works perfectly fine. Works perfectly fine. So, let's go into the skills. We are running Hardened Armor. We're running Cinderstorm. Why are we running Cinderstorm? Summon an Ash Cloud at the target location, reducing the enemy movement speed by 70%. Are we using it for that? Nah. We're using it for healing you and your allies for 1,141 every second. Again, this is buffed by Major Mending and various other buffs. Okay, continuous and all that sort of good stuff. This is buffing. This will also be buffed and give you a little bit more of a heal. Yes, not a massive heal, but it's going to give us that nice heal over time while we're perma-blocking taking damage. Cauterize is going to be, again, another heal over time, but gives us that little burst heal also as well. So it gives you that nice little 3.7 burst heal. This can, again, be buffed by Major Mending. So, Blood Altar. Okay, I don't know what... I'm not going to even attempt to say the first word, okay? So, yeah, Blood Altar, I'm going to stick to that, you know what I mean. Blood Altar is actually the original ability. Reason we're using this, again, healing you and your allies for 720 health every second. Again, gets buffed by Major Mending. Allies in the area can activate the Blood Funnel synergy, healing them for 40% of their missing health. Okay, it's nice if you're got a teammate and he needs a burst heal and he can pop this, okay? But it's mainly for us, for our little heal over time again, to stack. Defensive stance, okay? This is here. I don't cast this. I don't cast this ability. I am not reflecting the spells. I'm using it for this bit at the bottom, which is while you have a shield equipped, the amount of damage you can block is increased by 10%, and the cost of blocking is reduced by 10%. So it's literally here for the reduction and the amount increased on block, as it's just too OP not to use. This is our bat bar, by the way. Okay. Bat bar ultimate. Spell wall. Probably could have guessed it. Sword and board ulti. Mega OP. Best in slot for a tank. Gives you the time, that breather moment, to get them heavy attacks off and get your stamina back. Okay, this basically perma blocks for you, so you can then just wander around, rebuff up, do some heavy attacks, and then prep for battle again, so start reblocking. A must-have. If you're running a tank without this, you're insane. But yeah. Front bar. Fragmented shield. Okay, this is going to be giving our stamina back, and it's also going to be activating our major mending. Green Dragon Blood. This is going to be our burst heal. As you can see there, draws blood to heal for 39% of your missing health. I have a big health pool on this build, so when I have say I get burst or I'm really low on health, I pop this and it will give me a really, really nice heal. Also gives me minor vitality, which increases my health recovery. The stamina recovery is irrelevant with a permablock build. But this is what I would do. I'd pair this up with your fragmented shield, which gives you the major mending. Okay, what you do, you say you've just been burst. Make sure you're perma-blocking, do a fragmented shield into a green dragon blood. Therefore, you would get the green dragon blood with the major mending. Resolving Vigor. Now, this is something that you don't really want to be casting. It's an expensive ability. You want to steer away from using stamina as much as possible and try and use it just for blocking only. Okay? But Resolving Vigor is just another backup heal for, say we've got no magicka, but we have plenty of stamina. We've got a pot coming up, so I know I'm going to be able to, but I need that heal before I die. Now, I don't have the magicka to put my other magicka. You know, I can't do my green dragon blood because it costs magicka. I can't do my cinderstone because it costs magicka. Alter costs health, but it doesn't give you a burst heal. Cauterize costs magicka. So as you can see there, this is just another heal ability, but it's costing stamina. It gives us that little bit of a flex. If I have no magicka, I've just been burst, but I've got loads of stamina to use, I could just use the Vigor as a backup heal. But ideally, you want to try and not use Vigor. Just rotate through the heals on the back bar and with Dragon Blood, and you should be fine as long as you're perma-blocking. Immovable. Now, this ability, I feel like people don't use this ability enough, especially tanks. Now, the reason I say that is because it really disables your movement. Okay, it literally makes it so you cannot move when you cast this ability. You're pretty much stuck on the spot. But what does this ability do? Now, this costs stamina, not magicka. So this is a stamina version of our Major Resolve and Major Ward physical and spell resistance buff. So if I don't want to use the magicka and I want to use the magicka just solely for the magicka heals and keeping my dots up, then I will use the immovable because it uses the stamina pool. Again, it gives us that flex spot to use the magicka and stamina pool in a balance depending on what we have the most of. But the main reason I'm using this is for each piece of heavy armor worn, increase the amount of damage you can block and the potency of the snare. Now, we don't care about the potency of the snare. It is what it is. Once you cast this ability, you'll stay on the spot, and I will show you this in a second. But the reduced damage you can block is insane. When you cast this, you are basically invincible. Also, when we do this, also grants you immunity to knockback and destabling effects for 4 seconds, but reduces the movement speed by 65%. Again, we don't care about that. But it makes it so we cannot be CC'd while we have this up. You can keep this 100% uptime on this, but it will drain your stamina, so you have to be careful. Rotate through these wisely. Okay, ideally, I would only cast this one if I just topped up, I'd just done an ultimate, I'd just done my heavy taps, I've got a full stand bar, then I would put this one up. Okay, I would fully buff myself with this one. Again, we're going with defensive stance on the front bar for the same reason it's on the back bar, where you want this equipped on both boards. And then for the front bar ultimate, you want Temple Guard. If you don't know about Temple Guard, while you have this slotted, you gain minor protection, reducing your damage taken by 8%. And that's why that's there. Okay, that 8% reduced damage is insane. It's a given, and there's no other better ulti to put on the front bar if you are just solely being a tank. Now, there is different variants of this. This is if you were tanking solo and you want to take max damage. Now, if you want to tank in like a 2vx scenario, or you want to be 2v trolley, or you want to be in a group and you want to be a little bit more handy, okay, what you want to do is just swap out these two abilities here for guard, and put guard on both your bars. Now, what this will do is it'll put a beam from you and the person you casted it on, and you will then be bonded. Therefore, you'll be taking 30% of the damage they take instead of distributing it. So distribute the damage to yourself. 30% of the damage they take will be distributed to you. Also gives you and the person minor vitality. Or is it you? Yeah, you and the bonded person minor vitality, which is, again, increasing your healing received by 8%. And this is really good if you have like a healer in the group, and he's a bit of a glass cannon, he's in light armor, and he's always getting one shot. Okay, if you've got a tank, put guard on him, and you'll see how much tankier the guy will become when you put this on there. Okay, a 30% flat damage mitigation, okay, is insane. So this is a really good ability, and for me, a must-have if you're playing group. Now for solo, this is how you want your bars. Let's go through the consumables. So what am I using as pots and food? So food, I'm using tri-food. It doesn't have to be this one as long as it gives you the same stats and it's tri-food. And I'm using Essence of Lingering Health. I can't remember how to make these, but if you go on Google, okay, there's loads of guides out there to help you out with these, with the pot making. But as you can see, it gives us health per second, and it gives us major vitality as well. So we will have major and minor vitality at all times while we're rotating through with these pots and with the Dragon Blood. That gives us minor vitality. Okay, let's go into the champion points. So champion points, I have no idea if I've got these on the right place. It's just been working for me. If you're an experienced tank, please just put them where you want. Don't tell me I'm a noob. I know I'm a noob, so I don't need you to tell me. But I don't mind if you write in the comments and tell me it's better to put it here, here, and here. I do not mind at all. If anything, I would appreciate that. So I'm running 61 Warlord, 50 Arcanist because the magic recovery is essential. 57 Tenacity for the heavy attacks, 2 in Healthy, I don't know why, just they were left over. And we've gone 100 into Shadow Ward. Don't go tumbling, dodge rolling is the worst thing you can ever do as a tank, okay? So we want to go as much as we can into the reduced cost of block. 76 into Bless for max healing. 94 into Elfborn, so we get as much crit healing as possible. And then 100 into Precise Strike, so we get as much crit healing with the stamina abilities. Okay, so with his vigor and all that sort of good stuff. I have no idea where to put the CP, so I just put them where I could boost the healing as much as possible. Ironclad, 56. 50 into Resistant, 49 to Hardy, 40 Elemental Defender, 66. 66 into Thick Skin, because dots at this patch is a really big thing, so I really wanted to focus on reducing that. And then that is it. That is the champion points. Again, if you want to put them somewhere else, you can. So I'll just go quickly through the rotation. When you see someone, what you want to do is straight away put your volatile up and put your carpet heals down. Put all your heals down and switch straight to your front bar. Okay, what I've done there is I've casted my Volatile Armor, my Ash Cloud, Cauterize, and Blood. Yeah? And now I'm fully buffed. I've got all my heals on the floor. Okay, now I want to activate this if I have enough stamina, which is my immovable. And then I'm just going to become an ultimate tank. Now, what you want to be doing is rotating through your ultimate, which is the Sword and Board ultimate, which I will demonstrate now. Okay, it looks like this. It basically perma blocks for you, and you can just cut round. This is the opportunity to rebuff up, re-put your heals down, okay, and do maybe 1 or 2 heavy attacks before it runs out, before you move back onto your main blocking bar. Okay, now what you want to do is rotate between your ultimate and pots. When you take a potion, you will be nearly invincible. Okay, as long as you're perma-blocking. When you do your ultimate, you will nearly be invincible. It's perma-blocking for you, so make sure you rebuff up. As long as you rotate through them too, and you're perma-blocking and you're managing your resources fine, you will be perfectly fine on this build, as far as I'm aware anyway. It's my experience, it's been brilliant. Okay, I've been having a lot of fun. So, that's sort of the general gist. You want to just sort of keep buffed up with all your abilities and all your heals on the ground. Okay, now I just want to demonstrate what I mean with the immovable and how it literally makes you stand still. So this is my movement speed normal. I cast immovable, and as you can see, this is me. This is me right now. I cannot move. That's me. I cast immovable, I'm stuck. Look, I cannot move. Okay? So make sure you use this in the correct scenarios. If you and your group are tunneling, okay, and this is the little gap, pop it and become a beast. No one will kill you. Just stand here. Make sure you put all your buffs down and cast this ability. You don't need to move. And then you take all the damage while your group comes through you and ulti bombs the opponents, okay? Again, this is off my experience. I've only tanked for about 3-4 days, and this is my results, and it's been really successful. I think I've covered everything. I am an Argonian. If it wasn't obvious, reason we're Argonian is for the resource management. Again, when we take a potion, it will give us some of our resources. Also gives us increased healing done. Increases our max health and our disease resistance, which is just a little bonus. Okay, increase max magicka, which is always nice because we need the magicka pool just as much as we do the stamina pool. And when you drink a potion, you restore 4,000 health, magicka, and stamina. That's a nice chunk of resources just by taking a pot. Okay, so let me just lastly show you the stats on this build. So this is what we're looking at. Again, nothing insane, but this is without Bloodspawn proc. We have 35k, spell resistance 31, practically 32k physical resistance without the Bloodspawn proc. As you can see, stats-wise, we have a very good stack of magicka, and we have a very good stack of stamina, and a really strong health pool. So for me, it's really well-rounded. We have a lot of magicka and a lot of stam and a lot of health. Like, for me, it just works really nice. Crit resist is really low. Again, if you can bump this up via, you know, swapping some reinforced pieces out for impen pieces, which I definitely could do, because you can see my resistances are nice and high as they are, then do so. I'd say minimum aim for 2k crit resist. Minimum, if you can. But I say, I've been running it like this, and it's been perfectly fine. As long as you're perma-blocking and reducing that damage, you will be perfectly fine. The attributes, I have 18 into max magicka, and I have 46 into stamina. Now, you can take these out of this. Instead of doing the glyphs, and you can keep all triglyphs on, what you can do is remove these 18 points out of the max magicka and put them into the max stamina. Actually, this is what I do recommend doing instead of changing all the glyphs. I would actually take these max magicka points and put them all into stamina, which is actually something I'm actually going to currently do. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the build video. Again, don't slate me and say I'm a noob. I know I'm a noob. It is what it is. I just said I would display the build if the gameplay video actually reached certain points. So, yeah, again, appreciate all the love that I've been getting on the channel. You're all absolute legends. And if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. All the support's been amazing. I want to try and reach 2k before Christmas, as I do actually go Afghanistan after Christmas. So after Afghanistan, I want to start upping the rate on content and streaming, and having 2k will definitely help me do that. So yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching.